Hi, this is Lucia with The Art of Love. I'm a dating and relationship expert specializing in helping you get your ex back or to get over your ex. This week, I want to talk about a guy who was broken up with. His ex was an avoidant. He did everything wrong, and guess what? He actually got his ex back. Surprise, surprise. How did it happen? Well, stay tuned and you'll find out. But first, I want to welcome back my beautiful No Contact Army. If you're having trouble staying in no contact, then just download my app Silencio and hit the panic button if you're about to break it. The link to this is underneath every single video and every single podcast. And if you too would like to join our No Contact Army, all you have to do is hit the subscribe button and the bell notification and you're in. And to read our manual, go to nocontactsecrets.com where you can read 2 free chapters before purchasing the book. So that concludes this video portion. Stay tuned for the audio and I will see you next week. All right, I have an email from a guy who managed to get his ex back after doing everything wrong. So let's see what happens. I think you're going to learn a lot from this. Okay, so he says, we were in a 6-month relationship and from the beginning it was perfect. I've never felt so good with someone. We were in love, very passionate. We had a lot of nice memories and good moments. In restaurants or clubs, people bought us drinks and other couples copied what we were doing. Not sure what that means, but okay. Because we had really good and rare energy. Everything was perfect until, you knew it wasn't going to stay that way. Until one day, I forgot to wish her 2-year-old son a happy birthday. I sent her a message, "What are you up to today?" And she said something. Then she said, "You forgot it's his birthday." I said, "Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't see it was that date." She insulted me a bit, but I wanted to come to the celebration. She did not allow me, and that was the end. After that, I went no contact. I didn't know yet about the whole after breakup psychology. I just did that out of my emotional state. I didn't watch her stories and didn't like her pictures, but after a few weeks, I looked at one of her stories, saw a picture with one rose, and after that, a picture of her with some guy at dinner. Maybe she did that on purpose to provoke me. Yeah, I think she did. Maybe it was her brother, a friend, or maybe not, who knows, but that gave me a lot of anxiety. I had a panic attack. I started sending her messages and calling. I made every mistake in the book. The whole month I was calling her and messaging her. I went to her house and sent her about 100 messages in front of her house, begged and pleaded like a maniac. "Please come out. I just want to talk to you. Please. Why are you not answering me? Just for 10 minutes. I just want to talk to you. Come on. Come outside. Please. Tell me what happened. Speak to me. We need to talk. Please." It was humiliating. Never did that in my life. So obviously this was an overreaction. And when you are overreacting to a situation, or whenever anyone is overreacting to a situation, it's because you've been triggered. And this is no longer about the situation. This was not about her and the breakup. This was about trauma from the past, unhealed trauma. And this reminded you of that. It took you back there, and now you were acting the age that you were when the trauma happened. So you were no longer an adult. You were now whatever age you were at that time, 6, 7, 8. That's why you're behaving like this. Okay. Continuing on, he said, she blocked me one by one on every possible social and phone connection. She just sent one message: "Don't harass me anymore. We were done 2 months ago. I hope I'm clear now." This was one of the worst periods of my life. I was devastated, in shock, cried, thought I was dying. How could she go from being a big, perfect love, never fighting, a very kind and good girl, to that evil monster who was watching my pain and didn't do anything but kept hurting me with no closure? Just because I didn't wish her son a happy birthday? Why would she do that to me? Listen, everybody, everyone, okay, almost everyone is capable of turning into what he calls an evil monster. It's called being turned off. It's called low interest. That's what happens. So if you think, "Oh, my boyfriend could never behave that way. My girlfriend could never do that. My wife, yeah." Well, wait till you go through a breakup and you're going to see a side that you never saw before if you keep bugging them. Continuing on, from that point, I didn't know what was happening to me, why I couldn't stop sending messages. Well, I already explained earlier why you couldn't. Why I was in so much pain and a panic. What was wrong with me? I didn't know I was capable of that. It had never happened to me before. I'm 34 and have been with many girls in my life. After that month, I began to Google to see what happened to me. Little by little, website after website, video after video, I found your channel. I watched it every day for 3 hours. I saw everything I did was a big mistake. There's a video of 10 mistakes you never want to do after a breakup. I think it's called 10 Things Never to Say to Your Ex After a Breakup, but okay. I did all of them. After I watched the video, I was thinking, how the hell did she know I did all those things? I learned everything about post-breakup psychology, attachment, pain after a breakup. All that calmed me down. When I realized what I did, I thought there's no way I will ever hear from her again. I started real no contact, working on myself and healing from her. After exactly 45 days after my last message, boom, a message from her. I was in shock. She unblocked me everywhere. I was in such a shock, I didn't answer immediately. Her message was a video from a restaurant where our song was playing. I replied the next day. Thanks, hope you're well. She replied to me in 2 hours. Thanks, I'm good, wish you the best also. I was like, Jesus, she contacted me only to hurt me again. What a devil. Went back to no contact. After she wrote that, I again thought, okay, now 100% I will never hear from her again. She told me, wish you the best. You must continue no contact and heal, I said. Days were passing. More days and more days. It was very hard not to check on her. I was thinking about her all the time, about why she sent me that message, why she was so evil. I thought, should I send her a message? I tortured myself. Why didn't I answer her immediately? Why didn't I go to that restaurant right away? But it's over now. I continued watching no contact videos. Stay strong. Don't send her a message. Exactly 45 days after that message, another message. So she works in cycles of 45 days apparently. She sent me a video she had of us dancing with the message, I was just thinking about you and us. I was in the car and sent her a video message. She sent me a smile and said, how are you? I said, I'm good, just on vacation. We chatted a little. She then said, I was going to call you for a celebration. She finished some courses for her career. But you're on vacation. Me, okay, thanks. Well, maybe we can go when I come back. I realized it was a mistake 10 seconds after I sent it. I needed to wait for her to suggest that. She didn't reply to that. Just said, have a good time on vacation. This is why you shouldn't be the one to suggest it. Jesus, again she fooled me and I fell for the breadcrumb. What is this manipulation? Very weird and mean. How can someone come up with something like that? I started watching more videos about when dumpers start sending messages and the psychology of breadcrumbs. After that, I thought she was a narcissist. Very hard pieces of evidence. Silent treatment, breadcrumbs, etc. I don't know. No. Just because someone is not talking to you and they're breadcrumbing you doesn't mean they're a narcissist. That's what most exes do. No contact back again. Just stay strong and keep no contact. Very hard. Wanted to reach out so badly. Why did she send that? And why did she not answer when I told her we can go when I get back? Very weird. Breadcrumbs again. Days were passing. Weeks, months. Stay strong. Stay strong. Don't reach out. After 3 months, another message. I know we were done a long time ago. I want to tell you I'm thinking about you very often. Just wanted to tell you that so it would be easier on me. That's it. I got really mad. Really? You want it to be easier? What were you doing when I was in pain and begged for you? Do you think you can send me a message whenever you want? Now it's time to feel pain. Now it's your turn. It won't be easy for you. It's going to be harder. Enough answering. I will do Lucia's strategy. Don't answer insignificant messages. I know, maybe it was too late for that. Will not fall again for the breadcrumb. So I didn't reply. Finally! Such a relief. All the healing and working on myself had paid off. I was so satisfied because I beat myself. 6 months ago, I would fall for the breadcrumb and run to her, but not anymore. I was equipped with the best gun, no contact, and not being reactive. 2 weeks later, it was her birthday. That day, I was so anxious and so scared. I needed to wish her a happy birthday. I wanted so badly to reach out. It was 8 months after the breakup. Okay, I must reach out because we broke up due to her child's birthday. Birthdays are very special to her. Okay, I'll reach out. I bought a present and flowers to send. I gave the address and gave the present and flowers to the carrier. At the last moment, at 5 a.m., I could not sleep. After a lot of indecision, send them, don't send them, send them, don't send them. I wanted to so badly, but I knew I shouldn't reach out to her on her birthday. No, you will not get the present. I didn't send them and told the carrier to send me back the present. You will get the best present. Silence. I felt very strong and satisfied the day after because I did not send the presents. Like a big load fell off my back. I succeeded. I beat my anxiety. After a week, I didn't care anymore. I did 7 months of full no contact. Didn't reply to her and didn't wish her a happy birthday. I felt strong, like a new man, and thought, okay, I think the separation anxiety got to her. Okay, I will now send her a message just to see what will happen, where she is. You breadcrumb me, now I'll breadcrumb you. Who cares? I sent a stupid message, a mistake. A picture of the present I bought her. Ooh, oh no, you didn't. And like she wrote to me in her third breadcrumb, I wrote the same. Just to be easier for me to tell you I bought you a present and did not send it. That's it. Seen, no reply. Yeah, she was smart not to respond to your breadcrumbs. To your breadcrumb. Okay. After 2 weeks, I thought, okay, maybe it's revenge because I did not answer her. Or she's a narcissist. Let's check. I was very strong and confident after 8 months of no contact. With all the lessons in healing, I didn't care anymore. I sent her a message again. A mistake. You know, you keep making mistakes and you realize it's a mistake, but you keep doing it. Okay. He says, I was in a movie theater. We went to the movies often. I sent her, I was just thinking about you and us. She sent me the same thing during the second breadcrumb. Well, this is brilliant. I love it. If someone breadcrumbs you and you want to breadcrumb them back, just tell them exactly the same thing they told you. Again, seen, no reply. Jesus, what a jerk. I can't believe this. Back to no contact. Here we go again. Obviously, 8 months passed and that's it. Now, definitely, I will never hear from her again. I was thinking, who the hell comes back after 8 months apart? After a month, one day after New Year's, a message from her. Yes, it was Mercury retrograde. Are you at home? Yes, why? She sent a picture of my building. That's not creepy. Are you in front of my building now? Not anymore, but I will be very soon. I felt everything again in my body and in my mind while I was in front of your building. Wow, nice. Me, okay, pull the trigger. She wants to pass by again. She's emotional. I said, want to go for coffee? She said, sure, where? We went for coffee in front of my building 9.5 months after the breakup. Everything was positive. I didn't mention anything from the past, as you explained in your videos. A nice positive chat. The next day was New Year's. I sent a Happy New Year text. She wrote back thanks, blah, blah, with hearts. Okay, back to no contact again. After a week, I was walking into the shopping mall and she was right in front of me. Wow, I wasn't prepared for that. Hi, blah, blah, blah for a minute. See you. Back to no contact. She sent a message that night. What an accident meeting you. I wrote, yes, did not expect that. Back to no contact. After a week, again, a message from her. Okay, when she keeps reaching out, now you know you have an excellent chance. The message said, I just want to tell you I was and still am in a lot of pain because of us, and the pain won't pass. I can't take it anymore. I just needed to tell you this. We chatted a bit. I said, let's meet again. She said she'd love to. We went out, talked about everything for 4 hours. She said she was sorry many times. She learned a lot. She was in pain, but she thought I hated her. She was afraid to send me messages, to call me, but she knew she made a mistake, and she was scared of how I would react. She said she broke up with me because of what happened on her child's birthday. She thought I was neglecting the fact that she has a child during our relationship, which is kind of true. It sounds like it is true, not kind of true. And here's the thing. If you meet someone with a child or a cat or a dog and you're serious about them, that's an important part of their life. You need to fawn over that child or a cat or a dog. I know I have a cat, and there was one guy I was dating that he would come over and the cat would hide under the bed. It's like, interesting. Whereas if someone comes over and they see the cat, they're like, oh, how cute, la 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 la. I have a more positive feeling towards them rather than someone who just sees the cat. It's like, oh yeah, there's a cat, and just ignore it. You have to understand this is someone that they love, and if you're going to be in their life, then you have to accept them. So if someone has a child, hi, how la la la, oh, you're so cute, la 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 la. Otherwise, this is what happens. So she said, she thought, okay, I don't want to be with a guy who's not serious. I need a man who accepts that I'm not alone. I have a child. Now, I was aware of that, and I love children, but we had such a connection. We were so lost in ourselves, in the passion, the lust, that it was a very serious conversation and complicated when one has a young child. We never spoke about that and that was a mistake for both of us. When she wasn't answering my messages, she told me that she was thinking, I'm done. I don't want to talk to him anymore. I wanted to delete you, delete our connection. I was running from my emotions. She told me she was sorry that she behaved like that, silent treatment, blocking, etc. She realized it was a mistake and she wouldn't be doing that again. Now, just to speak to something that he said earlier about the fact that she was afraid to message him or to call him, afraid of how he would react. She was, and yet she still reached out. Okay, those of you who think, oh no, I have to reach out to my ex, or I have to respond to breadcrumbs because otherwise they're afraid, they're going to be anxious, they're not going to reach out. No, the pain and time will do that work for you. If they are interested and if they're in enough pain, they will reach out despite you not reaching out. And if you don't respond to breadcrumbs, they will try again. And he responded to breadcrumbs, and did it help? No. She was just taking the temperature to see if she still had access to him. Nothing happened as a result of him responding to breadcrumbs. In fact, they probably would have gotten back a lot sooner. She would have been in even more pain if he did not respond to the breadcrumbs. So in a way, he kept this going longer than it needed to be if he had just stayed in no contact. But okay, at least they got back together. So, continuing on, she said she was thinking about me every day and she cried. Yeah, so for those of you who think that your ex is moving on or that they've forgotten about you just because you haven't heard from them, well, obviously not, because after 10 months, she was still in pain and crying. So we hugged and kissed like nothing had ever happened, and we started dating again. What a hard period of time for me. Everything you said was right. Everything. She said all the things that you explained about the psychology of the dumper. She felt everything, the loss, the pain, the regret. She's avoidant and very stubborn. I needed 10 months of no contact. Well, actually 7 because of reaching out when I begged. But 10 months after a breakup, a very hard and long time. Again, I think it could have been a lot shorter if you had done things correctly, but okay. Avoidants do come back. Stubborn exes do come back. All the mistakes I made, she forgot, and she was thinking about good things. All the begging and pleading I did, it was very bad. I succeeded in healing and working on myself. I learned a lot. I did no contact. I got my power back and got back the attraction because of no contact. Now she's very good to me, respectful, kind, telling me all the time that she loves me, calling me all the time. The point is, everything is possible, even though many times I thought there's zero chance that we will ever get back together, even after many mistakes. Yes, many mistakes. After the begging and the pleading, after I was blocked everywhere, after she told me, don't harass me, we're done. To all the people, believe in no contact and listen very carefully to every video. Learn, heal, and be stronger every day. I'm very thankful for the whole process of no contact. I learned like never before in my life about psychology of breakups, attachment styles, my childhood, bond with my parents. I'm a new person, more confident than ever, and I succeeded in reattracting my ex. Woohoo! So I just want to say one thing before I end this very long video. I think that you were both wrong. Obviously, we know what you did wrong. And I understand she may have been fed up with you neglecting the fact that she had a child and she wanted to make a point. But at a certain point, she should have reached out and told you the reason instead of punishing you with no explanation for months and months. And actually, at the end, she was also punishing herself. So nobody won for a while there. So if there had just been communication, then all this could have been avoided, okay? So I want to hear from you. What did you learn from this story? And does it inspire you to stay in no contact? Please comment below. And if you would like my help to get your ex back, please contact me at theartoflove.net and we will send you the rates. The direct link is below every single video and podcast. If you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. If you're listening to this as a podcast, please rate and review. And finally, remember that love inspires, empowers, uplifts, and enlightens.